I think civil asset forfeiture should be completely done away with. I think this is outrageous. The idea here is that there's an action brought against the property. Like there's this fiction here that the property did something wrong. The property is sort of guilty of doing something bad, and so they get to seize the property. I'm not necessarily against it in the case where an individual has been convicted of a crime and the property that the individual has is proceeds of the crime. But imagine we're dealing now with real crimes, right? So if you're running a fraud, you're defrauding people, and you have these assets that you bought a bunch of cars with the proceeds from the fraud. I got no problem. Once you've been convicted of the fraud, at a proper hearing with due process and all that, seizing the proceeds of that fraud and distributing that back to the victims of the fraud. I have no issue with that. But without bringing the criminal action to say, well, this property is guilty of a crime and we're going to seize the property either on criminal for asset forfeiture or civil asset forfeiture. I don't think we need this at all. I think we should completely, property can't be guilty of doing something wrong. Property is just property and it has to be owned by somebody. So I think we'd be well served to just completely abolish it. Other than the circumstances that I'm pointing out, I think we should completely abolish asset forfeiture. And as far as the constitutional basis of this, I have no idea how on earth this is constitutional. It seems completely unconstitutional to me.